and like and he created a function which contains a bike and a car, like, and how much speed, I mean, like, how much price it is and how much it is traveled until now. Just he stated all these things, I guess. So let me do a small recap. Hope my compiler is also clearly visible. So just how to create a function, it will be like a very simple thing. We'll create I mean, a function using def, and if you want to create a greeting function, you can directly use like print hi, and you can directly call this name in the end. So when you are running this app, so here you can see my console, which in which I'm getting high as my output. So what is like, for example, it is a user defined, like like just see, here I have written a function. Inside it, I have called a thing called high. So what if I have to take the input from the user, and if the user gives it like hello, and how it will go into the function and how it will come back. So let's see how we can do that. So like in that case, you have to create a variable inside it. So I'm just creating a variable called something name n here, and here n is equals to input I'm just taking, and I'm pushing this n here, and then I'm creating, I mean, typing, I have typed n here. So then let's see what our function does here. It will simply ask me for the input, then I will give like hi, my name is Ravi. And if I hit enter, I'm getting this. So let's just decorate somewhat, so it will look really better. So I will just little bit, I will decorate a little bit to it. Great. East. I'm just running it again. It asks me hi Python. So if I hit enter, it is getting like this. So it's a function is a very simple element. Why we are using functions? It's something very, I mean, thing which we have to do. For example, if you are creating a Flask app, or if you are creating a mod, I mean, big project. If you are working on a project called calculator part, so functions are the very easy thing which you can do. So let us create a calculator app here. I mean, very simple calculator app using functions. So if you want to take up a notes, you can also take. Let's create. So our main statement today is like, let's create a calculator app. So our main aim is like, let us create a calculator. I mean, creating a calculator app is something which we have to do today. So what I'm doing is I'm just hitting an enter here, and then I'm creating a function for edit. So let me just tell me. I have a question for all of you people. Like what we can, I mean, what is calculator does? Just tell me what calculator does. Then we can, I mean, write a calculator function. So calculator అనేది ఏం చేస్తుంది, like what will a calculator do? If you give two numbers, then what a calculator will do, I want to know. So just ping in the chat box, so it will be very helpful for us. I think everyone can chat, right? So just type what we can do with the Python, I mean, calculator thing. Then we will create a small Python app today, like small Python calculator app. So it will be better. So what a calculator does, like what it will do or calculator do, just reply in the chat box. Waiting for your responses. I will just quickly close. Like it currently is 7:47. I will start the class from 7:48. Just take this 1 minute and post what a calculator do. Then we'll create a calculator app. I think you have 30 seconds more. Just tell me what you can do. What we'll do with a calculator. Okay, mathematical operations and so calculator is used for mathematical operations and what we can do more. That's it. So as the time is up, thank you. I don't know your name. It's 20B21A0528. Yes, really like we will take up a calculator for, I mean, sorry, to do mathematical operations. Hope remaining people have known it and have used it. If no, if you don't know, then God bless you. So a calculator is used to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So here we have four parts here. First one is addition, second one is multiplication, sorry, subtraction, third one is multiplication, and fourth one is division. So we're gonna write here four functions which will perform, I mean, which will take the input as input A and B, and which will give the input as back. So let us create those functions here. So let me write a function def add, and it will take two variables, right? A comma B, and it will print A plus B. And I will write on the function here like def sub A comma B, print A into B, sorry, A minus B. And we will write another function called multiplication A comma B, same, and we will write print A into B. And we'll write another thing like division, again A comma B, just use print function and write like A into, sorry, A by B. So these are the four things which I am doing here. So I have to give inputs, right? So then I will take an input here as A is equals to int of input. See, again we are taking here like integer, so I'm just using int here. So B is equals to int input. And then I am calling all those functions add of A comma B by sub of A comma B, comma multiplication of A comma B, div of A comma B. So I have four functions. So let us execute this app. So like execute this function. So let us see what we'll get. It asking for input A. So I'm giving 10 here. And it will ask for input B. So I'm giving 2 here. So here you can see like if we add 10 plus 2, then I can say like my add function is working. So I'm getting here like 12 here. So in the next step it is subtracting. So I'm getting 8 here. So in next function it is multiplying. So I'm just getting 20. And in the last one it is dividing the things. So I'm getting 5. So here I have another question for you. This is not a tricky question. This is a very simple question. So if I will give the input, you can write, just take up this question. If I give input called add here, it has to add, else to add, just it has to add. Or if I give sub here, then it has to subtract. So what I have to do, I mean, like again time is 9:52 now. I'm just giving you up to 9:53. Again 1 minute, I'm just giving you, just take this as a question and just tell me what I have to do. So if I can give an input called add here, it has to add those numbers and it has to show me. If I give a sub here, it has to subtract and it has to give me back. And if I give it as like multiplication, it has to multiply and give it back. So what I have to do, just think and just ping me in the chat box again. So I guess chat is open for everyone. So just tell me what I have to do to get only one answer. So if I ask like addition, it has to give me addition. If I ask for subtraction, it has to give me the subtracting part. Or if I ask for division, it has to give me the dividing part. So what I have to do here? Just tell me. It is 9:53. I'm just giving you time until 9:54. Just ping it in the chat box so we can continue together again. So no answers from your side. You have 30 seconds more. Yeah. For I think because the function name and VR. For I, okay, for I, Pawan Kumar, because of the function name and VR. What do you mean by again, Pawan? I'm sorry, unable to understand your message. Like function name and VR. What do you meant by function name? You are very close. I'm saying like you are very close, but yeah, sending parameter, yes, or and where I have to send the parameter. Again, in that question for you, where I have to send the parameter. So guys, it is very simple, very simple. I'm saying again, just think, just think. Pawan Kumar, you are very close. You are very close. I'm sending you are very. Okay, it's 9:54 time up. So in option 4, we need to enter in the console. Yes, we have to enter in the console, but we have to write some code here. So let us, yes, it is correct. You have to enter in the console, but we have to write the code first. So let us write the code for it and just continue all these things. So here I am giving input here, right? So A, B, and I'm taking an input called C here. C is equals to input. It will be a string. And then I'm just moving a little bit down. So if C is equals to add, it will call this add function. Again, I'm using elif if C is equals to sub here. So again, what is doing? It will subtract the part. Same, I'm using another elif function. C is equals to multiply here mul. So then it will multiply these things, multiply the things. So else, it is very simple. We have only last part called division part. So it will just multiply. It's just divided. So let us see what our function does again. So it will ask me for the input. So I'm just giving here 1, and it is asking for the input 2. So I'm just giving here another word called 14. I'm just entering. Then it's asking me for like I have to add, or I have to subtract, or I have to multiply, or I have to divide. So very simple. I'm just hitting on add here and just hitting enter. So I'm getting 415 here. 14 plus 1 is equals to 15. So let us execute again and check for the second one, which is subtraction part. So I'm giving here 1 again, 3 again. So hitting enter is asking me for can I subtract. So just typing here sub. If I hit enter, I'm getting -2. You can see here. So again, same for the multiplication part, and for the division, whatever you give the input, it will divide it and give it to you, because we didn't write any condition here. So again, it is 9:56. So one more small question for you. I mean, from my side. So I have written else, right? I have written else part here. So let us execute this, and I'm hitting 1 and 3, and I'm just giving some random input. So why I'm getting 0.33 means it is just dividing it. So now my question is like I want to divide by giving a command div. So then what I have to do? Just ping it in the chat box. Again, it is 9:57. I'm just giving you one more minute, 9:58 until 9:50. So like my question is again, here I'm getting, if I'm giving what I mean RDG or whatever the value it is dividing. So if I want to divide only if I give div as an input. So what I have to do? Give an if block in the else block. Yes, there's also a nice idea. 20 bit 1 0 4 6 7 4. It's a great idea. Pradeep, you can post a message in the chat box. Okay, right. Whatever you said, 21 bit 1 0 4 6 7 4, it is correct. We have to give another if block in the else block, and or there is another simplest way which we can do. Tell me what we can do. Okay, I guess again the time is up. Thank you, 4674 for responding. And just we have to do very simple. It is very simple. What you have said, it is correct. So if I give like if C is equals to div, it will give me the output, but it will be not be accurate. So in that case, what we can do is like we can do very simple thing. We have to remove this. I will write another if elif function. If C is equals to div, then I will just execute here. I will write 10 3 div. Then I'm getting 3.33 as my dividing part. So let us test this app again. Again, we will just test this app. So 1, 2, add, and so it is adding. So it is 9:59 again. I have another one more question from my side. So just see here what my app is doing. I'm just giving 1 and 3. So I'm just giving some random text here like Praveen. I'm hitting enter. So am I getting anything? I'm getting nothing here. So here my question is like, if I enter any invalid text, it has to show me like the text you have entered is invalid. Please enter the correct one. So what I have to do here? Again, 1 minute from my side. It is exactly 8 o'clock now. I will give you the time until 8:01. Just tell me what we can do. So my question is very clear. So I'm just giving some random input, right? I have given the input called Praveen. It is not present inside. So it has to give me an output like the valid. You have the input you have given is not valid. Please give the valid input. It has to give me that thing. So just tell me what I have to do. Exactly, Pawan. I really appreciate your effort. It is perfect. The question you have, the answer you have sent is exactly correct. So we're gonna write another function here, another block here called else block, and we'll print like the value you have just sorry. Invalid. Please. Then just executing the function again here. I'm giving a value to 3. I'm giving some random text. Just hitting enter. So it's give me the output. Please, the value I have entered is invalid. Please correct that. Please correct those. So exactly this is what a software engineer will do. He will just create some functions. So just see what we have done. We have created a function called add function here. We have created a function called subtraction function here. So we have created a function called multiplication and division part. And then we have taken the inputs and we have written this if else blocks. Here. Very simple app. So this is a very simple app which we have done today. So it needs some framework, like we have, if we want to show on as like a website, we need some framework, but until now this is somewhat okay. Hope everyone understood this. So just after the class, try different apps. For example, current bill generation. You will have very simple things, current bill generation and a lot of things. Just try those examples, so you will be very perfect in Python. So very simple, you can see we have created 4 functions, we have called it. So if everyone is understanding, I'm giving you 1 more minute just to show, just ping in the chat box like we are understanding, like, or yes. If you don't understand, just ping me. I will teach you from the beginning again. I'm giving you 1 minute. Nice to see those responses. I guess nearly 74 people in the class. So hope remaining also understanding. Thank you, Pawan Kumar and 2161804471. Just remaining, please ping me if you are understanding. Thank you, 21B21045282. We have one more minute more. If you have any doubts, you can ping in the chat box. So I can teach. So can I take this like so can I take like everyone in the class is understanding? So can I continue? Yes, sir. Thank you, Amrita. Thanks for understanding. So next. Thank you. The time is up. We don't have a lot of time. I'm just continuing the class now. So we'll just go back to the functions again. So hope you are clearly understanding what is a function and how we can call a function. The function calling is nothing but what we have done here. We have created, like we have called here like mul a comma b. So that is what what called function calling. So let me go back to the functions. I think where I don't know where we have left. So Shashank left from okay variable length args, right? So these are very easy. So like up until here, what we have done, I mean, until yesterday's, until Shashank thought, you have created a functions and you have just used some return statement and you have used some print statements too. So in this, like what we have doing is like we are just using a print functions as well as we have using a, I mean, like print functions as well as some return statements too. So we will see like how much those are working. Just see like what is variable length strings again. So at some point there may be a chance. So there may be a chance. For example, last time we have created a like a calculator app, right? So there will be some at some time we have. I mean, for example, if you want to enter 1 and 3, but you have entered 1 and 1, and you want to break it, and you don't know what to do at that time. So at that time, these kind of things are very helpful for you people. There's nothing but passing of hashtag arg here. So here star represent the continuation part. Star like it is waiting for it is I mean like it is just waiting for your argument if you could give or not. If you are not giving the argument, it will just run. Or if you are giving that argument, it will wait for you until some certain time. So again, you can see like we have used f string method here, f and string method. So then we are calling it as a branch. Here I have gave a branch variable and I have given an argument here. So then it is I mean it is just printing digital image processing and microprocessor as well. And I'm pursuing my, I mean, electronics and communication engineering. Three things also happening. So, I mean, for example, just let me go to my compiler again. So, like, I have a function called def. We'll take a very simple app, add again, and I'm just giving here like a comma b. Sorry, a comma b, and I'm just printing here, and I'm just writing a thing called and I'm printing here like a plus a plus b, and just closing this tag, and I'm just taking a is equals to in u sorry, and I'm taking b is equals to dot, and I'm just running this app add of a comma b. So here it is also same. Last time what we have done is like very simple 1 2 and give me the 3 as my output. So here what is the use of here let us know what is the use of hashtag here hash a. For example, if I give like hash a, what it will give me the I mean output is something matters. So I'm just here typing here in place of a I have just typed hashtag of a comma b, closing the tag. So now just run this. again. Let us run this. I'm just giving one. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. So let's take this as an example. Here, I don't know why this compiler is not working. Again, to say it very simply, like I have used an online compiler, so it can't take some, I mean, some of the inputs we are giving. So again, for example, if here you can see the two inputs here, but we have taken one input. So to match these things, we are using asterisk as my part. So let us take another input. Here. So you can see here, like at the place of arcs, last time we have only two things, digital image processing and microprocessor. But currently I have added high here, so it's showing me high. So let us remove this. Let us remove these two and just take it as an app and just run it again. So it is taking only digital image processing. So what I have, I mean, just add one more again, like hi Pavan Kumar, who had responded in the chat. So it is taking those input. So here, like for example, if we are taking A, then we have to give only one input. So if you are taking asterisk A, then you can give whatever the inputs you want, you can give. Like you can give 5, 10, 15, whatever it may be, you can give. It will take the input and will process the output and it will give it to you back. So this is how the things will work for variable length arcs. And variable here, one more thing is like variable length keyword arcs. It is something called second word. So here, like have used 2 stars here. So what you meant by quarks? Like it's nothing but I have defined it's like, I mean, for better understanding, I have done like for keywords I have done KW, and for args arguments I have done I mean I have used args here, and I am just doing very simply, like I have given 3 values. For digital image processing I am using 78, microprocessor 79, signal systems it's 83. And if I am just entering this, it is giving me the output. For let us add one more thing is like, so I want someone, I mean, just someone please write your hand. Let us write your name. If you could raise your hand, I will just type your name here. No one. Okay, very simple. So I'm using my name here as okay, Sandeep. Thank you, Sandeep. So let us sorry, 1960 2160, you are late. So I'm just using Sandeep name here. Sandeep is equals to some, we'll give his I mean we'll give his age here. So age will be almost 19. Just running this. So then I'm getting an output Sandeep is equals to 19 here. So nothing is happening here. In the last time, what has happened, like arcs will take only one keyword, like not one keyword, only one string or one keyword, only one. It will take only one. Like it will take only this. If you are adding a column here, and if you are if giving 60, 89, it will not work. It will give you error because you have mentioned one hashtag here. So now what we are doing is we are doing very simple. We are taking 2 hashtags here and we are defining it as quarks. So it is taking 2 values here, signals and systems as well as 83. So this is called variable length keyword with args. This is called as variable length only arguments. Only arguments here, keyword and arguments both are going. So this is known as keyword and it is known as argument. So both are going here. So this is the difference between single star and double star. Hope you understand this. So let us see a new topic here, like functions inside a function. So until now we have designed a function, right? So what if another function inside it? So for example, if you are running one function, then the function inside it also will be running. If you could execute those both. Someone texted in the chat, sir, I have a doubt. It is not. If you don't mention the value, does it show? Okay, Pavan, you are asking like if you don't mention the value, it will show or not. Let us try and see what will happen. Even I too don't know. Just let us try and see. So let us take out these things. Simple. It is not defined. So it's simply asking me like it is not defined. Because for example, what do you meant? So again, you will ask me a question like, what is meant by not defined here? So if you are a programmer, if you are writing a code, you have to know what is the error it is showing. So if you could know the error, what is the error you are showing, so then you can sort it out, right? So what do you meant by not defined? Thank you, Pawan Kumar, for asking this good question, because like if you don't know this not defined function here, so it will be very difficult. So not defined means you have to define something. For example, if I am writing a here and leaving it as empty, it will take as nothing. So I have to define what is a here. So if I define a is equals to 10, so it is nothing but defining a function. So what it is saying is like image processing is not defined. Why it is not defined? Because we didn't assign them anything. So for example, if we have a class POC sitting in the classroom, by doing nothing, if he is getting 100, I mean like if, and HOD is giving him a marks like 100 out of 100 for every semester, so how remaining people will feel? They will feel like they feel wrong, right? He's doing nothing and he's getting full marks, and I am the guy who is coming daily to the college and doing something, but I'm not getting marks. So so why you are saying that? Because he's doing nothing. So again, it is asking me the same thing. Like here, digital image processing is nothing, right? Then why have to use this function? Why have to allocate a memory? Python is asking me this question. So it is asking me to allow something. So I'm using here 90, and I'm using here again. Let us take some random values 990. Let us take other value here. Then I'm getting. So here I have, why it is giving me the question is I have used 2 stars. 1 star is for keyword and one more second star is for the number. Hope everyone is clearly understand. Pawan Kumar, I guess your doubt is sorted. If yes, just give me a thumbs up. Sorry, if just type in the chat box like okay. Thank you, Pawan. Hope you understand. If you have any doubts, you can ping it again. I am very happy to solve those questions. So let us go to our next topic, like functions inside a function. So what we have done until now is like we have created a function and just we ran those things. So what if there is a function inside a function, right? So let us take this first. Let us read this first example. Then we'll go with the live coding part. So it will be very easily understandable to you people. So here we have created marks in subsets of the semester, and I've used quarks here. What we meant by quarks? Quarks takes two things like a keyword and its value as an input. So here I'm just returning the type called sum of mark list here. So sum of mark list will nothing will give like, for example, if I'm giving a as in my input, let us take randomly 3 names. So 3 names of the students. So Pawan Kumar and Amruta and 19B21044674. We have taken these 3 students. So if Amruta got 3 marks and 464 got 4 marks and Pawan Kumar got 3 marks, so 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 3 will be 10. So I have to get 10 here. That will be my output. And I am creating and I am defining a list here, marks list here. So I'm just appending all those scores, whatever the user will give into that list, and I will just print it. I'm just doing those things. So I have using for loop here for marks and for quarks. And sorry, marks and for subjects, and I'm just dividing it and printing it. So I'm just if I'm executing this, I'm getting these things. So let us write this function. And I mean, like it is very simple. You people will unable to understand. I know you people will not understand if I'm doing this kind of things. So let us go to the live coding part. So just give me a minute. Just changing my caps lock here. So let us write a function here today. So like def let us take like t of 2 hashtags. K means KW means Kaituman. All right, KW means quarks, like not keywords, and you are using argument here. So arg and hitting enter here. So same thing which we have done here. We have created a function and we have give those numbers here. Same in the second step. What I have done is I have to return. Let us take a print statement for our understanding. Print sum of asterisk asterisk QAWARGS quartz. And I'm defining, I have to define function inside a function, right? So I'm writing a loop for I comma j, for I comma j, okay, j in range. So not in range, we are taking some list, right? For example, not list, we are taking here a dictionary, right? So we are giving a keyword and a value. So it will be, we can consider it as a dictionary. So here my problem statement is like segregating these things, like dividing these things. We're dividing digital image processing subject and the value, and just I have to print it. So same thing, whatever whatever I'm doing is very simple. I'm using a mark list here, and I'm just breaking all these things, and I have just printed digital image processing along with marks. That is a simple thing which I have done. So next function is like lambda function. Lambda is known as an anonymous function, like it also don't know like what you are giving, but it will give you the output. So this is called a lambda function, very simple. So let us see this example now. Since I don't have much time, we have 45 minutes left, and I have to cover three topics at least. So we have to go somewhat quick. In the last, we can discuss the doubts. So like I have created travel or not thing. So like if he is traveling or not. So if we are giving an input called true here, so it will give me the output based on the true or false condition. And we are giving here it's like by bike or he is traveling, or by car he is driving. If it is true, then it will give us the bike, or if it's false, it will give us the thing called false here. So let's see, it is a bike here, car here, and I am using lambda here. Lambda is nothing but like without defining a function, we can give the output. It is very simple. So here just I'm executing this. So here by default, if you are using lambda, it is telling you like you have created a function and you can call it directly. So this is how the lambda function will do. Let us go to the next topic. So let us go to the next topic, scope of the variables. So according to C programming, we have two things. One is local scope, and another one is like global scope. One is local scope, and second one is like global scope. So currently we are discussing only about the local variable. So it will be the local scope. Local scope means like it is inside the function, and global scope means it is some. Hope you understand. Hope your people are understanding what I'm saying. So scope of the we are just discussing about the scope of the variables, and we are only focusing on local variable now. So local variable means whatever the variable present inside the function is called a local variable. So this is the result. It is present inside the function. So it will be called as a local value, local variable. So again, I'm just doing nothing. I have created a scope which is outside the function. So it is known as global scope result, and it is another result presented. It is in the local scope. I'm just giving two values, numerator and denominator, and I'm just doing it. I'm just printing the result. So it is giving me the result of numerator and denominator as well. Like not numerator, it is giving me the two values. So here result is of two types. First one is 0, and second one is something called 125 value. So it will execute the value which is in the local scope first. Then it will go to the global scope. So same thing is happening here. It is executed the first one. So we are getting the result as 125. Then we are getting it as 0. And the last function which we're gonna decide here is like very simple function, which is docstring function. So docstring function is nothing like we are creating what we can say, like for example, if I am the one who is coming to the college every day and learning something and going back, and in that meanwhile a lot of things are happening. For example, if your father is asking you every day like what you are doing in the college, you will say like I just boarded the bus, I just went to the classroom, and I just studied, and I just came back. You don't tell the remaining things whatever happened in the bus. Like you traveled, right? You spoke to your friends, right? You ate lunch, right? You told all these things? You will tell nothing, right? So this is called a documentation part, which we will not tell to our parents. So like the same thing. So docstring is also a function, very simple function, which is nothing but it will save all the values, but it will return only the value which is present inside. Hope you are clearly understanding. So number here, what I have done, nothing. I have created an argument inside it, in which number is int and power is integer. Here number, it is also integer and it is also an integer, and it is returning me integer. I mean, it is returning, I mean, the value it is returning, it is also an integer. For example, very simple, you can see here, like I am giving like 5 to the power of 3. 5 into 5 into 5 will be 125. I have to give it. So I have created an argument here, and I'm telling the function, like telling the Python, that my value number is integer and power is integer. That is the thing which I am writing in argument thing, and I am just returning the value. Returning is nothing but giving the output, right? So in that, the output will be also an integer, and the integer will come like power of the number. So I am using f-string method here, and I am getting here a word called power 5 to the power of 3, which will be 125. So hope we have finished until now. So currently is 8:24. I'm just giving you the time until 8:25, 1 minute. So if you have any doubts regarding the class till now, you can ask. So we can go with our next topics, which is iterators and generators. You can ping it in the chat box. You have 40 seconds more. 40 seconds. Sir wants to explain lambda function. Clear. Let us go back to the lambda function again. So lambda means unknown function. Very simple. Lambda means unknown. Like you people also don't know, but you are getting that output. You want the output, right? So it is taking the input and is giving the output. Let us take two things, like two Boolean things, true thing and a false thing, which is happening here. So the true thing will be bike, and false thing will be car here, and a result will be like lambda of bike and car, like in between bike or car. It is asking like in between bike or in between car. So let me tell you by executing this. Let us take it as bike, right? Bike comma car. Let me change the function for your best. I mean, like for your best example. So nothing to change. Like saying very simply, like just take a real life example. The bike you are driving every day will travel 100 kilometers or not. It will travel, right? So car, it will travel 100 kilometers or not. It will travel, right? So again, the same thing it is giving. So lambda is a predefined function which is already present in the Python, and it will know all the things. It will know some basic things like this, and it will just execute all the things. So like if you are, I mean, if you are unable to understand, I mean, unable to understand again this, so remember me tomorrow, like tomorrow in the same class, I will just take some other example, not this example. I will take some live example like this Python calculator app, and I will tell you how to do this. So like it is nothing but lambda already know what is, I mean, like what is know what to do, and it will give you, and it will give you the output. So again, it is saying like so you can see the second example here. Number is 5, power is 5, and here saying like power is just we are giving an input, power is equals to number into power, and number is equals to number, and it has to give me the output. So it is just give me the output. I'm just like telling the function what to do, and it is taking and it is speeding, saving it somewhere, and it's just calling and it's just announcing. Lambda ante very simple, and ఎలా అంటే ఫంక్షన్ ఆల్రెడీ డిఫైన్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఆ ఫంక్షన్ ని డెఫ్ యూజ్ చేయకుండా కాల్ చేస్తాం. వెరీ సింపుల్. వితౌట్ యూజింగ్ డెఫ్, ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ జస్ట్ ప్రెడిక్టింగ్ ద అవుట్పుట్, దట్ ఈస్ నోన్ యాజ్ లాంబ్డా ఫంక్షన్. అనానమస్ ఫంక్షన్, అక్కడ ఫంక్షన్ యూజ్ చేయం, బట్ ఫంక్షన్, ఐ మీన్ ఫంక్షన్స్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని అవుట్పుట్ ఇస్తాం. దట్ ఈస్ నోన్ యాజ్ లాంబ్డా ఫంక్షన్. హోప్ యూఆర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్. ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ స్టిల్ నాట్, ఐ విల్ జస్ట్ కమ్ విత్ సమ్ అదర్ లైవ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ టుమారో. సో ఇట్ విల్ బి రియల్లీ హెల్ప్ఫుల్ ఫర్ యూ పీపుల్. Until then, remaining, if you have any doubts. Again, I'm saying like lambda is an anonymous function. We have to, I mean, without using def, we have to consider, I mean, we are taking that with those variables. For example, if you are creating a function, we are using def, right? That's the same thing. We are using lambda as a thing now. Lambda is as a keyword. The keyword will take all the arguments. It will give you the output. Instead of def, we are using lambda here. That's it. Very simple. So thank you, Pawan. Remaining people, hope you are clear. If you are not clear, just tell me. If you are clear, just ping a text in the chat like it is okay or clear or something, whatever you want. So we will continue with our next topics, which is iterators and generators. Okay, it's clear. Only one response. Remaining, is it okay for you? Okay, we'll continue with the next topic today of our today. So what our second topic will be iterators. Hope my screen is clearly visible. So in today's our next second topic, like iterators and generators, we are just okay, sir. So in this section, we will be learning about what is iterators and what is generators. Like these are things like in real life time, what we'll think like these both are same, but iterators are different and generators are different. Both are same, but like they will have some minor differences, right? So in that that is the things which we are learning here. So you will be just understand. You will be just knowing the difference between iterations and generations part, and you will get to know how can we generate. I mean, how can you create our own generators and yield a statement? So let us think about the iterator. What is iterator first? So just see this first line. What is telling? Iterator is an object that allows you to transfer. I mean, transfers means just changing the positions is known as transferring things. For example, if I have a list of numbers which contains 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm getting like 1, 3, 4, 5, like interchanging of positions, this is known as transferring. In English, we'll call it like that only. So we have two type of methods. First one is ITER, and the second one is next function. So we can use these functions to just transfer all those elements in whatever way we want. So let's take like let us take our first example. So I have created a list here which contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I have created a variable ITR, and I have used a function called ITR of list. So it has to change the so it has to print the next element, right? So for example, it is very simple. What IT here doing? I mean, just see this. Let's execute this one. So it is giving me 1, 2, 3, 4, and my first element is 1. So it will search what is the first element, and it will print it out, and it will give the remaining. So let us change this example now. Let us give some random values. 5 comma okay, 5 comma 9 comma 8 comma 6 comma 4. So my first value is 5. So it is printing remaining things called 98764. It is just giving those functions like I mean, it's just giving those remaining elements. So how it will be useful for people like me? Just you have to understand, like I mean, you have to understand, right? You will ask the question, right? Like if I am using this iter function and I'm using this next function, so how will those are useful for me? So that is a very simple example. Like iter function is used is used to detect the first element in the list, and next statement is used to print the remaining elements which are present in the list. And for example, we are using for x in iterations. I mean, for x in this list, and just iterating it, I'm getting the output. So in the next example, L is equals to I have 1, 2, 3, 4 in it. It is equals to I have just iter function to detect the first element, and I have created next. So it is giving me the first value. So same things happening all around it. So and one more thing, like so I have a function here, right? Which I have a list here, right? Which contain 1, 2, 3, 4 as 4 elements. So here I have printed next of it. So it will give me the first output 1, and I'm just asked for the second thing. I mean, I have used the keyword second time. So it is giving me 2. My second value is 2, right? So it is giving me 2. Again, my third value is 3. My fourth value is 4. And here I'm getting an error. Why? Means after 4, I don't have any element. So again, the next function will not work there. So it will be very simple. And coming to the iterating over list for let in as print let hello. So let's take an example here. So let us k is equals to Praveen Kumar print. So let us take an example for I in range. So how you will divide this means you will simply use for I in range length of k, then use this print of k of I, and then you will execute the function and you will get Praveen Kumar. Then for a simple statement using iterator, what we can do is like I have to say for I in k, I have to print and just see what I am getting. Same output, but the length of the code will be decreased. So how that's why Python was invented. Again, Python has two shades. You can write a code if you want to write it for 10 lines. You can create it using, you can write the code as short as you want by taking 4 lines of code. Just see the difference between last time what we have used. We have used a range function, we have defined length function, and we have used those two keywords, and we have iterated. But now what we have done very simple. We have done this thing very simple for I and k, and have we printed I. That's a very simple output we are getting. So iterators that much iterators are very helpful for us. So next, iterators will not be used in this value called string. Iterators will be useful only for the functions part. And for example, if you are using what I have said you before, like if you want to do the next part, you have to tell it what you have to tell the function what is first part. For example, if you have a list of numbers 1 2 3 4 5, you have to tell it's like the first number is 1, then it will give you 2, further by 3, and further 4, and further 5, whatever the value is. If you are not defining the first one, it will not going to tell you what is the second one too. So here in this condition we have used directly next, so it is not giving me any output. But in this condition what we have done is very simple. We have created we told our first function like h is my first keyword, then we have used next, so we are getting w here. It is called iterators here. And coming to the second one, generators. So generator is something like it will store everything. In simple words, we can say like generator will store everything inside the memory. It will store everything, whatever you will give it will store, and it will be giving us back. But coming to this one, iterators will store, but until a particular amount of time only it will store. Then it will not going to store if you're not giving the value. That is, those are iterators. But generators will store everything whatever you are giving to it. So here you can see like I have used two numbers. Like I have created a function which is of printing cubes of 3, not printing cubes, power of 3. So it is, I have used a keyword called yield here, and I'm just storing all those things into a variable and just printing it. Simple, to say very simply, imagine this is the block, this block 1. Imagine this is as a block 1, and it has nothing inside it. And I have created some functions, like I have created functions which contains which contains 10 numbers, and I'm just I'm doing nothing. I'm using yield as my keyword. I'm just pushing all these all these values whatever present here to this to this what we can call as to this block, this empty block. This empty block will save all those things. It will print all those as my output. That is the thing which we are doing. So here we can say like here the same thing which I have done. Everything is done here. It's same. Here for Fibonacci also same. It is some random examples which we can take. Hope this is also clear for everyone. Our second topic is also done for today. If you have any doubts, currently it is 8:37. I will be giving you 2 minutes more, which is up to 8:40. If you have any doubts, you can ping it in the chat so I can clear it as soon as possible. We have one more topic for today, which is file reading and file operations. Then we'll close the session. Just give me like if you don't understand anything, just ping it in the chat box. If you are clear, just type out text called clear. We are waiting for your like for your output. You have you understand anything? No. Is it clear? Can I go to the next topic? Sir, if we don't mention yield keywords, then what will happen? Do it will store? Yes, it will be definitely store. Let's see what happens. Let me execute it and tell you what it is doing. So here, let us see what is happening. I was filling my screen today. So again, for your, I mean, for the doubt you have, the value is that very the value in the yes. I understand your query. Like just see, like the yield function is not only for storing the function. For example, what this function is doing is it is generating some random numbers, right? From 1 to 10 or from 1 to some certain values up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the what is yield is doing, like it is storing, like it is what I said is like it is storing the things, but yield function is what is doing it. For example, if you are giving 1, it is 10 going for the next value, like is there any 2 present inside a function. So if 2 is present, the yield will take the 2 variable, I mean sorry, 2 variable, take it and multiply it, then it will send it, and it will check for the next value is 3 or 3 is present or not. So if 3 is present, then it's taking the 3 value, multiplying it, and it will just putting into the block of again 4. If you don't have 5 inside the function, so then it will think like, okay, 5 is not there, I have to cut here. So it will cut and it will tell that function in Python that we don't have a value next, and it will store, it will take all those values and push it as my output. Hope you understand now. So you will get another doubt here, like I can do it using for groups, right? For I in range I can do it by I can create, I mean just I can give the output. But for I mean for what happened for what happened if we are using for here, like very simple, if we are using for statement. So just take me to my screen now. So let us take a values, let us take some random values here. K is equals to k is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, and let's see for I in a print 3 into I. So let us execute this. So I'm getting 3, 6, 9, and 12. What is happening here is it will, I mean, it will just run the code. First, what my I value is? My I value is 1. So it will do 3 into 1, and it will print 3. And for the second time, what is doing? It is going for 2, and it is printing 6. It is going for 3, and so this is not a spontaneous process, right? It is very like it is a spontaneous process. First, it will just I mean multiply, and it will give the output. Again, it will go back, multiply, give the output. But coming to the yield function, what it will do is it will not go back. It will complete all the tasks, then it will give the output. That is the difference between yield and this for thing. Hope you understood this now. Is it clear, or I have to tell again? Okay, thank you, Pawan. So we are going for with our last. So we are going for our last topic of today. I don't want you stress that much. Just learn these 3 topics for today, and we'll go. So our last topic is like files and its operations. So let me brief you. So let me go with my last topic, which is called last topic for today, which is called files here. So for example, let me tell you very simple thing. So if you are training a model, let us think like you are training a machine learning model, and you will need, I mean, you need some data in it. And you have to take some data, and that data is in Excel. And the second and so for example, we have a block of code, block of Python code, which needs some support of some Excel, I mean, outside file, which is an Excel document. So in that Excel document, I have some numbers which is called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have to take all those values inside that file by using my by using my Python code. So that is what called as file operations, which we are discussing currently today. So it might be in any format. It might be in text format, or it might be in audio format, or it might be in email format, or it might be in Excel document format. Whatever the doc format will be, we are using Python. We are extracting some values, and we are just pushing some values inside it, and we are doing some modifications too inside it. So let us take some basic example for today. For example, what we can say is like, uh, so take this. Let me tell you some basic example, random example, which you will see every day. I mean, which will you see in your life, real life, every day. So best thing you can say is, for example, you having Instagram, right? Instagram. So in that Instagram, I mean, you are uploading a picture. So how you are uploading it? Instagram is a block of code, right? Written by some engineer. So how you are just importing it, I mean, just how you are importing your personal profiles, I mean, personal photos into the Instagram by using a medium, right? So same thing happening here. So our image our image I mean, like the picture we are uploading those are in JPG format or some other format. So just we are doing nothing. We are just taking the picture and pushing into that code. That code will read what is present inside that picture, and it will represent in a screen. I mean, it will just push into it. So you can do likes, and you can do shares, and you can comment inside. So nothing is happening. It is taking that file. So in the same thing, we are also doing. We are also doing the same. We are just using the files to upload, and I mean, we are using a file, I mean, to read and to delete whatever you want to do. So let us take this first example. We are using here like print hello guys. So it is giving me the hello guys thing. So it is the first thing, like print this not I have done nothing here. Like I just used a print statement, and I've just printed those things like hello guys, good to see. It's complete. So in the second thing, what I have done is like reading an input from the system. Not from the system, like not from the outside. What you will do, for example, if you need a value of a, you will just write a syntax a is equals to int input, right? So it will give, somebody will come and type number one, and will take the number one as input, and will just print it. So same thing is in, right? So now what I have to do is like I have to take a value from the user, and I have to, I mean, save that into my file, like, the file, whatever it might be, txt file, or it may be Excel file, or whatever it may be. Until now, now what you can see is like I'm executing this, right? I'm just giving a number two, and it's giving me the output. So it is just storing locally, but I want to store all these values inside a file. So that's what I have. We gonna discussing in next few minutes. Like file has the file object here. You can see it, right? It is written like file object. You can take whatever you want. If you can take like Praveen, if you want to take Praveen as a variable, you can take Praveen. And here the open function is just opening that file, like whatever the file is present inside, like backend part. So very simple. I have some random values, like 1 to 10 values, and I have to share those 10 values to an Excel file. So to store all those things, I have to open that file right first. For example, if you want to, if you want to board a train, the train has to stop, and you have to open the door, and you have to go inside, right? Same thing happening here. Like I'm using this open statement to open the doors of that file, so I can push my all values present with me into that file. So that's why that's how the open function is using here. And second, the file name. File name is right. For example, again we will take the train example only. So if you want to board the train which is traveling from Hyderabad, Kakinada to Hyderabad. But you went there. I mean, you went there and you are standing in somewhere in the platform, and a train came, and you will what you will do first, you will check it like, is the train is traveling from Kakinada to Hyderabad or not, right? If it's traveling from there to there, then you will go, then we will open the door and you will go inside, and you can sit wherever you want, right? The same thing is happening here. We have to mention the file name so we can push our values into it. And third one is access mode. Access mode is nothing but, see, for example, if you want to go, I mean, go inside the train, like if you want to push some values inside into that Excel sheet, you have to read operation. Like, not if you want to read something like that file has some values 1 2 3 4 5 6, so I have to extract all those 1 2 3 4 5 6 and I have to show in my computer. So I have to use I have to use read. So if you want to write something in that file, what you have to do is like, you have to mention W, which is write method. So the access mode is nothing but what you wants to do that file you have to mention. And third one is buffering. Everything will take time, right? So if the value is 0, if you give that value as 0, so buffer will, I mean, no buffering will occur. So if you give it as 1, so it will take some buffering. Say, let me tell you very simply. Say, let us take Instagram again. So if you are uploading a picture which is of 2 MB of size, and if you are, I mean, if your code is well functioned, it will take this file in 2 seconds. If your network is very good. What if you are getting very low network? So if you want to upload a pic, it will take a lot of time, right? So in that time, if you make like, if the customer is not seeing anything on the screen, he will think like, my photo is not uploading. So you have to show something, right? Like something is rotating, or you have to show a text called, your file is currently uploading, please wait. So in that case, you have to use 0 and 1 here. Hope you're clearing understanding. So open is nothing but to open the file. We have to mention the file name. We have to tell what the access mode we are using. We are using it for write operation, or we are using for read operation, or you are using for something else. And buffering is used for 0 for non-buffering, 1 for buffering part. So here you can see a lot of things. R is for only for reading. RB is for reading that thing in a binary format. This binary format is nothing but base64 format, which you people understand, and I'm also not going to understand. So we are not using this. And here R plus is like, it is used to open, it will open the file both for writing and reading. So if you are mentioning R, it will read. If you are mentioning W, it will write only. So if you want to read and write, you have to use R plus. And if you are using RB plus, it is for reading and for writing as well. So file closing. So let us see this example. So where the people will do most mistakes, So for example, if you let me go, hope the screen is available. So you can see these 3 text files, and just go back. So I have a folder here called file IO, and just opening it, and I have a function, I mean, Python file here. It is known as input and output files file, and it is a text. These 3 are text files. So what you can see is like folders. You can see this folder structure. So these 3 files are present inside that folder only. They are not presenting any outside. So while creating a while doing file operations, what you have to do is, you have to do very simple. You have to create all those files in a single folder, where you are, for example, if you have a file called app.py, you are in the same folder, you have to mention these text documents. Hope this is clear to you. So here, file name, file f close. Okay, let's see this. So I have opened this file called new file.txt, and I have done W operation, which is write operation here. So let us type something for you people. So let us execute this first. So the file name is new file.txt, right? Let me go back, and you can see nothing present inside it. Now let us type something. Let us see. Let us type something here for writing operation. Hi, I am teaching teaching IIT internship class. Students are very clever. I'm executing it. I have executed right. So it has to go, it has to save, and it has to tell me back. So let us see what happened again. See, we will open the same file, new file.txt. So you can see here, hi, I'm teaching internship class to, and students are very clever here. Same, I'm getting the output. Let us see, let us remove this text. And this is an empty text now. I'm executing the file again. And just refresh it. Nothing present here. See how this thing changed. So leave these things. This will not work for you. Let us see the read method. So I am taking another file here, which is called txt file, test.txt file. So it has hi, this is a quick file. So with the second line, it has a lot of text, right? So I want to know what is present in my file. I'm just running this and just all this. I'm getting all these things. Very simple. So let me change the text. Mentor. Let's save this and just execute this once again. So hi myself mentor. This is the thing present inside it, so it is giving me that. So the same things, everything is same. So here it is telling like file position methods, which is not useful for you people. So I'm just skipping this part. So remaining operations are also very clear. As we are running out of time, just tell me if you have any doubts until now. We will discuss remaining parts tomorrow. If you have any doubts, just you can ping it in the chat. We have 2 minutes. I'm giving you 2 minutes. We'll close the section after telling a few more methods. Do you have any doubts? If you have nothing, just ping it in the chat box like it is clear. Then I will close the session. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, thank you. Only one response I got. Waiting for you more. Remaining, you can show thumbs up if you can't type in the chat box. So it will be very better for me to acknowledge how much it is good. Remaining. Let us do a quick recap of what we have learned today. So today we have discussed about the functions part. We have created a simple calculator app today, and we have learned how to create a simple Python apps using some predefined functions and normal functions as well. So let us just see this. We have discussed our second topic called variable length args, in which we are sending a lot of values using only one star as an input. And again, we have discussed about keyword length args, in which we are sending 2 stars. These 2 stars will take a lot of values as an input. So this is second one. And we have discussed about functions inside of functions, like there's a function we are sending inside another function, and just we are running it, and we are giving the output related to both functions. This is the third topic which we have discussed. And fourth topic is called lambda functions. Lambda functions are called, so fourth topic is called lambda functions. Lambda functions is nothing but these will give this is an anonymous functions which will give us the output without using function as a thing. And fourth one is called scope of the variables. We have discussed about 2 scopes. One is global scope and second one is local scope, and we have closed it. And second one is we have thinking about iterators. We learned what is iterators and what is generators part. And finally we have worked on the files part. So files part also is very simple. So these are the things which I have discussed for today. If you have any doubts, still you can ping. We have 2 minutes more. We will close the session. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining the today's session. We will meet you tomorrow or day after tomorrow again. So we will discuss remaining small topics regarding to the Python. Thanks for joining. Bye bye.